The Dangers of Football by Taylor A. Pascoe, ENC 2300, Professor Philip Lane. Football. It's arguably one of the most life-threatening and scary sports. The risk that one faces playing this sport is probably worse than they're aware of. For instance, at a young age in high school, football players are nearly twice as likely to sustain a concussion. Regardless of the number of injuries, we still go crazy for this sport. People all over the world choose to gather for football parties. Ironically, the danger of the sport is what makes it so exciting. However, it's sad that we still support the sport knowing the facts. American football is promoted and advertised everywhere. Nearly 400 million fans worldwide will gather to go to the games or watch a game on TV. The regional popularity includes Europe, Africa, Asia, America, and Australia. Among the statistics of all sports, American football had the most head injuries. This is noteworthy because your brain is perhaps the most valuable part of your body. When someone puts themselves in a situation of playing the sport, they are exposing themselves to irreversible, life-threatening injuries. Concussions occur when the brain bounces against the skull after someone's head is bumped or jolted. Despite the terminal effects of concussions, there are many other injuries that players endure. These injuries may be temporary or will catch up later in life. This is the reason why physicians are often on the sidelines of the game. These injuries may be temporary, but dementia is a terminal disease like cancer. Before trying out the sport, people should know the measures of the injuries football can cause. Personally, it's not a sport I would allow my children someday. I believe in the real meaning of health and wellness. Unconsciousness due to brain trauma is thought to be the result from the brain being jarred and shaken within the skull. If the brain damage outpaces its regenerative abilities, being knocked out is the result, according to popular mechanics. During an anesthetically induced unconscious state, the brain shows marked changes in activity. Regions of the brain lower or cease communication with one another, and short bursts of heightened activity occur in each of them individually. Unconscious brain activity also shows isolating patterns, according to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. The anatomy of a concussion starts at an initial impact. The force of the impact causes the brain to strike the inner surface of the skull and rebound against the opposite sides. As it rebounds, it twists and the brain swells. According to the NFL Nation Confidential, 85% of players would still play in the Super Bowl with a concussion, while only 60% of players committed to their player safety. Yet, oftentimes we say to ourselves, if we do not have our health, we do not have much. According to the statistics of sports and recreational activities, football had the greatest number of hospitalizations. The amount of traumatic injuries should encourage people to be less engaged in the sport. Although many full-contact sports are dangerous, studies show that football leads any other sport in the number of injuries sustained. Injury prevention through stretching is said to help increase flexibility and prevent future injury. This may help an injury on impact by stretching prior to practice or a game. However, it still does not make it safe. Personally, football is not a sport I would allow my children someday. I believe in the real meaning of health and wellness, by not purposely putting yourself at risk for terminal illness. When you promote football, you're also promoting serious injury. Will you think twice next time when there is a football game? I hope you can let this all sink in and ask yourself, is it really worth it? Perhaps it's only a matter of time until a serious injury.